I wake up every morning at 6:30 a.m. to the sound of my alarm clock. The first thing I do is stretch in bed for a few minutes, trying to shake off the sleepiness. Once I'm out of bed, I head straight to the bathroom to brush my teeth and wash my face. The cold water splashing on my face helps wake me up completely. After that, I take a quick shower to feel refreshed and ready for the day. I pick out my clothes for the day, usually something comfortable but presentable for classes. Then I head to the kitchen to prepare a light breakfast, often scrambled eggs, toast, and a cup of coffee. As I eat, I glance over my schedule for the day to mentally prepare for my classes. I always make sure to pack my bag with my notebooks, textbooks, and stationery. At 7:30 a.m., I leave the house and walk to the bus stop, where I catch the bus to the university. Arriving at university. The bus ride to the university takes about 20 minutes, during which I listen to music or review flashcards. Once I arrive, I walk across the campus to the English department building. The university campus is bustling with activity, with students heading to their classes or chatting in groups. I like to arrive early, so I usually have time to visit the library before my first class. At the library, I find a quiet corner to review my notes or finish any last-minute assignments. The smell of books and the calm atmosphere make it a perfect place to concentrate. My first class begins at 8:30 a.m., so I make my way to the classroom a few minutes early. I greet my classmates and take my usual seat near the front of the room. Our professor arrives on time, and the class begins with a brief discussion about the day's topic. Today, we're focusing on advanced grammar and sentence structure, which is both challenging and fascinating. During English class, the professor explains complex grammar rules with detailed examples, making it easier to understand. I take notes diligently, knowing that these will be useful for my exams. We also practice writing exercises to apply the grammar rules we've learned. One of the tasks involves rewriting incorrect sentences to make them grammatically correct. The professor often calls on students to share their answers, and I volunteer whenever I feel confident. Participation is encouraged, so I try to engage as much as possible. After an hour of intense focus, the class ends with a short homework assignment. The professor reminds us to submit it by the next session, and I make a note of it in my planner. During the break between classes, I head to the campus cafe for a quick snack. I grab a cup of tea and a muffin, chatting briefly with a friend before heading to my next class. Afternoon classes and activities. My next class is a literature seminar where we discuss classic English novels and poetry. Today, we're analyzing a poem by William Wordsworth, exploring its themes and language. The discussions are engaging, and I enjoy hearing different interpretations from my peers. I contribute my thoughts as well, trying to articulate my ideas clearly in English. The professor encourages us to think critically and ask questions, which makes the class dynamic. After the seminar, I have a free period, which I use to visit the study hall. I review the material from my morning class, focusing on areas where I struggled. Sometimes I use language learning apps to practice vocabulary and pronunciation. My goal is to improve my fluency, so I dedicate at least an hour a day to speaking practice. Before my final class of the day, I grab a quick lunch from the campus cafeteria, usually a sandwich and some fruit. Final class and group study. My last class is a practical session on public speaking and presentations. The professor emphasizes the importance of clear communication and confident delivery. Each student is required to give a short presentation on a chosen topic. My presentation is on the influence of social media on modern English. I feel nervous at first, but as I speak, I gain confidence and manage to deliver my points effectively. The class provides constructive feedback, which helps me identify areas for improvement. After class, I meet up with my study group to prepare for an upcoming project. We gather in the library and divide the tasks among ourselves to ensure efficient progress. Collaborating with my peers allows me to learn from their perspectives and improve my teamwork skills. By the time we finish, it's late afternoon and I'm ready to head home. Journey back home. I catch the bus back home, feeling tired but accomplished. On the ride, I reflect on the day's lessons and think about how to apply them in my studies. Sometimes I listen to English podcasts or audiobooks to make the most of my commute. Once I reach home, I change into comfortable clothes and take a moment to relax. I spend a few minutes scrolling through social media or texting friends to unwind. Then, I begin working on my homework and reviewing the day's notes. I try to complete my assignments early so I have time to revise before submitting them. Studying English requires consistent effort, but I enjoy the challenge and the progress I see. By the time I finish my homework, it's usually around 7 p.m. I reward myself with a light dinner, often something simple like pasta or salad. Evening routine. After dinner, I dedicate some time to personal development, such as reading English novels or watching movies. One of my favorite ways to learn is by watching films with subtitles, which helps with both listening and reading skills. Tonight, I'm watching a classic movie, pausing occasionally to note down interesting phrases. I also practice speaking by repeating dialogues from the movie, trying to mimic the pronunciation. This interactive method makes learning more enjoyable and effective. Around 9 p.m., I start preparing for the next day by organizing my bag and setting my alarm. I review my schedule to ensure I haven't missed any important deadlines. Before bed, I like to meditate for a few minutes to calm my mind. This helps me relax and sleep better after a busy day. I finally go to bed around 10:30 p.m., feeling satisfied with the effort I put into my studies. Reflection on the routine. Every day is a mix of challenges and opportunities to grow. Studying English at university has taught me discipline and time management. I've learned to balance my academic responsibilities with personal interests. The more I practice, the more confident I become in my language skills. My professors and classmates are a great source of inspiration and motivation. Each class introduces me to new concepts that expand my understanding of the language. Group projects and discussions enhance my teamwork and communication abilities. I've also developed a habit of continuous learning, which keeps me curious and engaged. The journey of mastering English is not easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. Over time, I've noticed significant improvements in my vocabulary, grammar, and fluency. I feel more comfortable expressing myself in English, whether in writing or speaking. The daily routine I follow is essential to maintaining consistent progress. Small habits, like listening to podcasts and reading novels, make a big difference over time. I've also learned the importance of taking breaks and rewarding myself for my efforts. Balance is key to staying motivated and avoiding burnout. My ultimate goal is to become fluent enough to use English in a professional setting. I dream of traveling to English-speaking countries and immersing myself in their culture. These dreams keep me focused and determined, even on difficult days. My journey is far from over, but I'm proud of how far I've come. Reflecting on my routine reminds me of the importance of hard work and perseverance. Each day builds on the last, creating a strong foundation for future success. I've learned to appreciate the process as much as the results. The challenges I face now will make my achievements more meaningful later. Every mistake is a learning opportunity, and every success is a step forward. My professors often remind us that consistency is the key to mastering any skill. Their guidance has been invaluable in shaping my approach to studying. I'm grateful for the resources and support available to me at university. The environment fosters growth and encourages me to push my limits. I look forward to continuing this journey and reaching new milestones. As I drift off to sleep each night, I feel a sense of purpose and excitement for what lies ahead.